Hello, Meoni here. Welcome back to another news video for Final Fantasy XIV. Patch 7.35 releases on the 7th of October, which is less than 5 days away now at the time of recording, and they updated the special site with some new information about 7.35, specifically highlighted on the special site by these green nodules. Firstly, on the challenges section then, if we scroll past what we've already seen, you will see Pilgrims Traverse. Oh, dude, I'm super excited for this. It says, over hill, over dale, and to the Crystarium wanders a messenger from the Fairy King. Titania requires mortal assistance in Ilmeg, and so the Warrior of Darkness sets forth to investigate architectural remains of the Church of the First Light. So we've got lots of images here. We've seen a lot of these images, but let's briefly go through these. This is obviously the key piece of, entertainment this time in this patch, 7.35. Out of everything, I think this is the most hyped and the most pivotal based on the changes that they're making to content in regards to, the way you can offer offerings at the end boss to be able to make it stronger or weaker depending, basically opening up a world first race for an ultimate equivalent 4-player duty, and also giving people the access that they wanted to be able to clear it with a casual group as well. So it's pretty cool. The whole place looks absolutely gorgeous. Most of the new imagery though is just after this. Here we go. This is one of the first new images I don't remember. So of course we have ourselves the big leaf guy, Rainbow Leaf Man. You can get this as a mount, I believe, and there's also a minion version of this. Really cool, obviously sprouting with flowers. And you'll just see the sort of landscape that we're in. They really weren't lying when they said this new deep dungeon will be taking place sort of laterally, like horizontally rather than vertically. It seems to be the entirety of Ilmeg that's being used as backdrops for certain floors, quote unquote, which is really interesting, actually. It'll be interesting to see what you can see in the distance or where these are themed. But this very much, if you didn't have any prior knowledge, you would look at this image and go, oh, it's a new Fate boss. Because it's in the open area, looks like it's in Ilmeg. Yeah, I guess both of those things are true, but it's actually inside a dungeon. Very cool stuff. I think we have seen this picture before. There's obviously sin eaters within the deep dungeon. The further you go down, the more, sin eatery and, problematic it gets. These are remnants from, obviously, Shadowbringers that weren't taken away. So there's actual more sin eaters to fight. So if you liked that whole concept as much as I did, I thought that was amazing. We've got these fellas to deal with in different shapes and sizes. And speaking of which, that, I believe, is what the final boss looks like. I think. Or at least close to. As you can see, it's like an amalgamation of light and dark. And you have the forgiven ladies sort of attached. Some of this is absolutely amazing. It reminds me of the Ultima the High Seraph artwork, and indeed the Meister Quality statue as well, from the Ivalice Alliance raids. It's so cool to see like lots of faces pasted together and, almost like the body of Ultima Weapon, sort of, the way that it's kind of skinned this way, with this long rear and then like semi-human sections. Very, very cool. Very cool. Can't wait to fight that. Then, of course, we get a look at one of the mounts. This is based on one of the Treants monsters and boss inside, and it looks like you're able to sit atop it, which is amazing. I think that's a toadstool. If that is a toadstool, that is incredible. Yeah, it will be, won't it? Because it's like fungus-infected Lightwarden tree man. So good, so good. Can't wait to get that one. Presumably that'll be on the market board as well. And this is the minion, isn't it? This is the Feywall minion that everybody has wanted ever since we saw that character, or ever since they've hated that character. I personally loved Feywall. I thought it was amazing. Like the Titania whole themed storyline, amazing stuff. Can't wait to add that one to my collection. And then speaking of minions, we have oh dear, we have Sin Eater beavers. So if you thought your problems were bad enough, now we've got these saber-tooth monstrosities with the glowing eyes. Yeah, I wouldn't trust these. I really wouldn't trust these. Do you want any feet on those stumps? Because they're going to get rid of them. Yeah, they look ferocious, but kind of cute at the same time. I can't wait to see what the write-up is for these. It's like, they don't seem much of a problem yet. And then one of the other rewards from Pilgrims Traverse. So, of course, we've got parasols. These are absolutely beautiful. They are kind of like stained glass, themed obviously blue and pink because of Titania and Feoul. And yeah, they might be one of the coolest designs. They're almost like petals, aren't they? Like flower petals, the way that it's distributed, or scales or something. I do like the little sort of semi-glow, or is that just the light sort of bleeding through there? I don't know. They look really cool. There's some good parasols in this game. And that, I believe, is that for imagery, which, I don't know. Yeah, that's it for imagery. But yes, super excited for this one. It is the main bread and butter of that patch. There's plenty of rewards, and you can imagine that where did you get that? It'll likely be Pilgrims Traverse as an answer to any of those questions. Additionally, we've got a new Allied Society quest for the Yok Huy. We've got lots of new images. It says, since ancient times, the mountains of Urkapacha have been home to snow spirits. While the Yok Huy have lived in peace with his curious neighbors for many years, in recent days, the spirit's once playful demeanor has turned menacing. Amongst snow-capped peaks, you must uncover the cause of this change and restore warmth to a fellowship made brittle by cold. So I've seen a couple of images of this, obviously with Yok Huy and these fellas, which if they don't give us a snow bunny mount, I don't know, man. I think we should riot, because that is such a cute model. At least give us a minion. That has to be the case. Also, you know, if you don't notice, he's kind of got like ice cream at the top of his staff. How menacing can he be? Apparently that menacing. It looks like crystals have affected him or something, you know, some dark lore behind that. I can't wait for a bit of a more light-hearted storyline. The Yaktel stuff with the Mamook was it was a bit thick. It was a bit dry for me personally in terms of a storyline, whereas this looks absolutely fantastic. It's my kind of cup of tea. We also seem to be making some kind of massive robot. I don't know what's going on there. Some kind of cannon robot golem creature. That'll be interesting. And then there's a nice shot of the actual hub, which is, as you would imagine, amongst the ruins, right? So those ruins on top of Urkapacha on that ridge that kind of looks like it's in Machu Picchu or something. It looks like we're restoring that place as a part of the hub, which is pretty awesome, actually. I quite like that idea. And there's also the interior of one of the buildings full of crystals. So, what could possibly go wrong with worshipping crystals? Not that we've ever seen anything bad happen from that in Eorzea. Let's hope they don't pray too hard. And then, of course, we've got Hildibrand Adventures, also in 7.35, with the addition of a brand new screenshot. Yeah, there's not much to really say about that unless you've done the Hildibrand stuff. It says, with the aid of the uncannily familiar Detective Hardy-Boiled, Nashu Makaraka has succeeded in locating Inspector Hildibrand, who lay in slumber within the research facility in Uyawata. Awake once more, the inimitable agent of inquiry wastes no time in finding himself at the heart of another mystery, and together with comrades new and old, sets forth to solve a case most fiendish, the case of the fiendish fugitives. So it's basically leading towards a new storyline, basically wrapping up some stuff within Dawntrail. Honestly, might be the best quest line from Dawntrail. They're often too sweet, they're too bittersweet, but I do think that the Hildibrand stuff this time has been great. I just hope that they give him more time, more screen time in these patches, and I, for one, would love to see another trial. I quite liked the Gilded Araya, that was a lot of fun. And that's pretty much it for this patch, as far as I can tell, because everything else we have seen. Yeah, that's pretty much it for 7.35. So the main thing, obviously, other than Hildibrand and the Allied Society quest, is, of course, Pilgrims Traverse, which, of course, includes lots of new rewards. It includes 100 floors, well, 99 floors of, you know, Deep Dungeon. If you're familiar with that concept, it's going to be a great opportunity to level your Dawntrail jobs if you have yet to finish leveling them all off. And also, it's going to be a great opportunity to try your hands out at the boss at the end with your offerings. So obviously 15 offerings is your minimum to have your standard quality difficulty experience, and then you can put 40 in and then have an ultimate. So it'll be interesting to see. I believe Frosty of Frosty TV fame on Twitch is doing a, full coverage of the world race for that, so it'll be interesting to watch that. So confirmed for 7.35 for the 7th of October is Deep Dungeon 4 Pilgrims Traverse, obviously coming with that new optional Quantum mode for the Floor 99 boss, but basically unlocks after you've cleared Floor 99's boss itself, and you can customize your difficulty on that boss by spending these offerings that you get from previous floors, which gives ultimate level mechanics, supposedly. That was what they said in Live Letter 88. There's also the Yok Huy Beast Tribe, which is for your crafters. There's the Hardibald Hildibrand side quest, and there's also the Monster Hunter Final Fantasy XIV collab with Arkveld's Trial, which obviously requires Dawntrail base MSQ to be completed and to be level 100. And this is a permanent quest, so don't worry about missing out immediately. This is an 8-man normal as well as an 8-man extreme fight. So that's there. If you're wondering what's going to happen in the future, in 7.4 there should be the raid planner situation that we talked about before, where you're able to, strategize about fights. There's the variant and criterion in 7.4 series. There's the new jobs for Occult Crescent also in 7.4. The new Cosmo exploration planet is also in 7.4. Then jumping all the way forward to the last patch of the expansion, in 7.5 apparently we're getting Beastmaster. That's obviously information from an interview, so, take it with a pinch of salt. We've got supposedly the ultimate in 7.5 and another Cosmo planet in 7.5, the last of the cosmic exploration adventures for the expansion. There's also the Occult Crescent. There's a new zone coming in 7.5 with a new phantom jobs, or a set of them, and there's also going to be a new Fork Tower with multiple difficulties. This is all in the 7.5X series, so maybe 7.55, that kind of thing. And the only thing we don't know about at the moment is Blue Mage content, because that's supposed to be in this expansion if you look back at FanFest keynotes, and also Gold Saucer updates. There were supposed to be significant updates to the Gold Saucer in this expansion. They have not happened. Anyway, are you excited for 7.35? I know I am. Much love, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.